everyone, welcome to a new game. This is Nina, Aquila, I hope I'm saying that right, Legal Season 1. So this contains the first 3 chapters of the series. The 4th chapter, I don't think it's released yet, from what I could check on Steam. In any case, I got this game included in a charity bundle that I purchased many years ago, and this will be my first time playing it. So yeah, let's just start. This game supports several control schemes. Z and X and Shift. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. These controls can be changed later via the options screen. I recommend that players use the game controller or keyboard controls. I'm playing on keyboard. Let's see. Tavistock, Thompson, Twilly, maybe? I don't know. Hey Nina. I'm heading out. Did you review the case file? It's under Tidefill, right? I couldn't find it on the shelf. It's on the glass table by the sofas. Make sure you check it out. I'll see you at the courthouse tomorrow. Don't stay too late. We've got a big day tomorrow. Meryl, Titfill. Bzz. 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 Hello? Nina! Where are you? I'm, Miller Defense and Law Offices, November 5th, 9:12 a.m. Why aren't you at the courthouse? Have you forgotten what day it is? Just give me a sec, would you? I'm still at the office. Last thing I remember, I was reviewing the case file. I guess I fell asleep? Never mind that. Get down here right now. I've got my hands full with a defendant. I can mother you as well. Of all the times to fall asleep, I'd better get to the courthouse. Oh, wait, it's Z. What? Ugh, not even enough time to take a shower. Holy crap. Ethan Fox, Tanuki-sama Studios present Nina Aquila. Eagle. I'm not body shaming, but what the fuck are those proportions on our character? Good lord. It's like, it's fine making a thick character, but the face isn't just proportionate with the rest of her body. And yeah. Miss Aquila. Your supervisor was here, and she seemed really mad. Nina! She kinda scares me. Anya, I got here as quickly as I could. You were supposed to be here an hour ago. I've had to arrange transportation for the defendant and... Did you convey at the gym or something? I ran here, straight after you woke me up in the office. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Nina's a real pro under pressure. Aren't you? Of course, everything is going to be fine. In any case, we best get... Jesus Christ, we best get to the courtroom. Meryl, the bailiff will come to collect you shortly. Just hang on for a couple more minutes. Nina, one last thing. Attorney ID card. You've earned this. Finally, my own defense attorney ID. You nervous? A little, I guess. I'll be there to help you out. This maybe wasn't the best start to your last supervised trial, but just remember, you're one of the brightest young lawyers I've ever supervised. Really? What? I can't say nice things. Just walk in, sit at your bench, and stay focused on your client's innocence. Now get going, I'll join you at the bench. District Courthouse, Courtroom B, November 5th, 9:32 a.m. Just like Anya said, all I've got to do is head to my bench. It should be past the gallery, then on the left. Here we are. I went to law school, by the way. I mean, I did finish law school. I wanted to be a lawyer. When it was time to decide, well, basically what kind of career I wanted. This was in in high school, by the way. And then, on the last final 2 years of it, I was like, yeah, I fucked up. This is not the type of life I thought lawyers had, you know, like basically based off TV shows, movies. It's a very different reality, and so I finished it, but professionally I've been working in IT, so I am an IT person now. Who's the new guy? The prosecutor? That's Chad Hawk. They say he's a real prodigy, but a stickler for procedure. Don't get nervous. You know, like I'm getting a vibe of, what's it called? Ace Attorney series. Those are really fun games. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tawny. Really fun games, those. Please be seated. We are here today in observance of the case of Meryl Tidfield. Actually, I did watch the anime for Ace Attorney. Prosecutor Hawk, are you prepared for the case? As always, Your Honor. As always, Your Honor. Mrs. Aquila? Seriously, I've known him for less than a minute. Miss Aquila! Yes, Your Honor. Psst, what did I tell you about staying focused? Now that I have your attention, I trust you have crafted a reasonable attempt at a defense. I'm ready, if that's what you mean. Very well. Mr. Hawk, please state the prosecution's case. Of course, Your Honor. Emergency services were called to the Greenacre camping grounds in the early hours of November 1st. A fire had broken out in the facility's main building, which spread to some of the smaller buildings. Meryl Tidfield was arrested, leaving the scene. The prosecution asserts that she started the fire to facilitate insurance fraud, and we intend to establish her motive for this through witness testimony. He seems pretty confident. He talks a good fight. Let's find out if he's got the chops. Order! Like she said. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Defendant, can you please confirm your name and occupation? Why is she wearing that costume? Damned if I know. If a certain someone had gotten here earlier, they might have been able to fix that. Subtle. Mrs. Tidfield? Meryl, speak up. Meryl Tidfield, Your Honor. So you do have a voice. Well, at least she got her name right. I perform secretarial work at the camping ground and assist with event planning. Which is why you were there on the evening in question? Ordinarily, yes, but that night I was actually there for a party. Also, I was on a date? What's that? I was on a date. I see. My report says you were arrested after the building caught fire, hours after the party ended. Why were you still on the site at that time? I had to close up the site, but when I spotted the fire, I ran to get help. And that's when you were arrested? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Merrill Tidefield, you stand accused of arson. How do you plead? Okay, hold on. I don't think you would have enough evidence immediately, like, to just arrest her because she reported a fire. Like, man, I need to have some suspension of disbelief, but I think this is not well written right here. How do you plead? Not guilty. Mrs. Tidefield or Tidfield, man, I really suck with these names. The court recognizes your plea. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness. Here we go. Huh? I know you've done this before, but as this is your last supervised trial, I'll fill you in one last time on how this all works. Hawk's about to bring out a witness who will give a statement. Listen to it, try to focus on the little details. You're looking for an inconsistency, a flaw of some kind, which shows the witness is either lying or just mistaken. Don't worry about memorizing the statement though, you'll be able to recap it afterward. Look for inconsistencies. Got it. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Jackie Marsden, Your Honor. I work as a graphic designer for Rookery. Rookery? The corporation? Yes, ma'am. Please tell us how you came to be involved in this incident. Okay. Witness statement. I saw Merrill leaving the campgrounds after the party while the building was on fire. If I'm honest, Merrill's always been a bit of an oddball. As far as I could see, no one else was there. She must have started the fire. Why else would she be running around late at night dressed as a fire mage? Very well, Mrs. Aquila. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina, let's get the show on the road. Now we get to the main event, cross-examination. Do you want me to remind you how this works, or are you good to go? Yeah. How do we cross-examine again? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Where we do our stuff. The moment you'll be able to review the witness statement from before. Several things. Continue. Don't worry about that. I erased nice. Right. Let's go. Yeah, it's pretty similar to Ace Attorney series. Again, they are really, really good.
Hold it.
even the statements. Are you sure it was her? It was dark after all. Really, Aquila? There was a building on fire nearby. There was more than enough light. Not exactly, because it depends on the light. Like, if you have a light source immediately behind you, you'll be a shadow. There will be no way to identify really the person. Again, if the light is immediately behind the person, so no. Not to mention that smoke can also obscure vision. Yes, I'm quite certain. Also, if I'm honest...
Hold it.
An oddball. Yeah, she's a bit weird. Bit of a stretch, though, to say she'd burn down a building. She just means that she's a bit of a nonconformist, Aquila. Like I said, a bit weird. As far as I could see, no one else was there.
Hold it.
How could you be certain? The campgrounds only have one exit, and I was there. Anyone else would have to have passed me. She must have started the fire.
Hold it.
That's pure conjecture. It's her opinion. The court recognizes that this is purely the witness's opinion. There's one more thing. Why else would she be running around late at night dressed as a fire mage?
Hold it.
I thought she was arrested in the morning, on November 1st. Well, it was the early hours, around 3 a.m. Is this important, Mrs. Aquila? Yes, I believe it's important. I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? I saw Officer Flatfoot arrest her at around 3 p.m. 3 a.m. Jackie, you don't like Merrill very much, do you?
Objection.
The witness's likes and dislikes are not on trial here. Sustained. Miss Aquila, please try to stay on topic. Your Honor, please humor me for a moment. Jackie, you've made it very clear that you find Meryl's costume to be strange. It is strange. Really, I don't think it's strange at all. Miss Aquila, I warn you not to waste the court's time. Is this important? It's of vital importance, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Meryl's unusual outfit might seem strange at first glance, except on one night of the year where it would be considered normal. It's Halloween. Yep.
Objection.
The witness was arrested on November 1st. She was arrested at 3 a.m. when attending an Halloween party. Your Honor, I assert that Meryl's attire was wholly appropriate on the night she was arrested. I see. Yes, I believe your logic is sound, Mrs. Aquila. And as the witness's testimony seems to fixate on Meryl's costume, the defense moved that this testimony may be considered unreliable. But she did start the fire. She's a freak, a pyromaniac. She really seems to hate Meryl for some reason. I'd best make a note of that. Jackie hates Meryl. Witness. You will cease your outburst immediately. Mr. Hawk, do you have anything to add at this time? No. The prosecution moves to call its next witness. Very well, bring in your second witness. The prosecution calls Detective Randall Flatfoot to the stand. Hello again, Randy. How's your wife and little Ryan? They're both fine, Your Honor, though Ryan is teething. What? Oh, poor thing. In truth, I haven't had much sleep for a few weeks. What's happening? Your Honor, if I may? Oh, yes, of course. How did you become involved in this, Detective? Well, it was something of a coincidence. I actually live very near Greenacre camping grounds, so I saw the light from the fire from a distance. I ran to see what was going on, and in the process, I bumped into Jackie Marsden and the defendant mid-confrontation. When I walked up, Jackie was accusing Meryl of setting fire to something. Sure enough, Meryl was carrying some fire lighting equipment. That fire lighting equipment sounds important. I should make a note of that. I arrested her on the spot. And how, may I ask, was the victim's demeanor when he did that? Whoa, hang on there. Your Honor, I find it in poor taste to microanalyze the client's conduct while she was being arrested. I agree, Your Honor. You do? He does? Your Honor, the prosecution has not charged the witness with resisting arrest. It would be inappropriate for us to consider her actions during the arrest as evidence. Quite right. This exchange shall be stricken from the records. Carry on, Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. For convenience, I was placed in charge of the police investigation into the fire. What did you find? Firstly, I can confirm that Meryl Titfield is indeed an employee of Greenacre Camping Grounds. She has worked for them for a number of years and is considered an exceptional employee. Okay. We also looked at the webpage for the campsite, and Meryl is visible in 2 photographs on the site. This one from last year. Okay. It's jealousy. If you want to view those pictures again, you can do so later when we cross-examine. Already I can see an important difference between them. Also, we found something else. I can already guess what he's going to say here. Greenacre Camping Grounds was circling bankruptcy. Being clear, this is speculation, but an intentional fire to defraud an insurer would be one way out of that situation. Of course, we have no conclusive proof of that at present. Don't forget the last part, Detective. Oh, right. A detailed forensic analysis will take a few weeks, but we can already be sure that the fire was deliberate. So not a gas leak, electrical fault, or lightning strike. Thank you, Detective. Very succinct. Are you prepared to make a formal statement? Ready and willing, Your Honor. Okay, I came over to the site after seeing the signs of a fire from main building. I know what I'm doing. Over to the site.
Objection!
This piece of evidence clearly refused to witness a statement. I don't see how that's relevant. It's...
Penalty.
She's lighting a fucking fire! What? I'm sorry. Meryl is lighting a campfire. It says on the fucking picture. It says on the fucking picture. Come on, devs. Come the fuck on.
Objection!
Do you want the second picture?
Penalty.
I saved, so I don't care. I'm gonna keep pressing.
Hold it!
What were they arguing about? In truth, I'm not sure. They stopped talking as I approached.
Hold it!
How bad was it? Pretty bad. We were blind though, so it seemed safe. I called the fire department right away. They turned up quickly.
Hold it!
Stuff. General campsite stuff. Tent pegs, a mallet, a bag of collected trash, you know, stuff.
Hold it!
Matthew?
Objection.
Hold it! Objection!
Detective, do you carry a firearm? Yes, I do. A department standard issue 225er. Do you consider that a dangerous object?
Objection.
Your Honor, the witness has the legal right to carry a firearm, and it's compelled to do so by his profession. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. What? What's your point, Aquila? In some situations, a person carrying a firearm would be considered dangerous. However, we trust the detective here because he is in a profession where he makes use of firearms. Skip to the end, Mrs. Aquila. Gladly, Your Honor. My client is a long-serving employee. Jesus Christ. My client is a long-serving employee of a camping ground, a place that traditionally permits campfires. In fact, you can see her. What the fuck, game? I'm sorry, but presenting the picture, this picture should have been enough. Think to a fire in this very photograph. That defense attorney is right. It does look like her in the photo.
Order!
Order in the court. Mr. Hawk, can you offer an explanation for this inconsistency? No, Your Honor. Your Honor, as the detective's testimony was based around it being strange for Merrill to be carrying that equipment, the defense moves that his testimony be considered superfluous to this case. I'm obliged to agree, Mrs. Aquila. I see no alternative but to ask you to relinquish the stand. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, birdie. Oh, sweetie. Sweetie pie. Randy. Always a pleasure, Judge Tawney. My bird. My birdie, birdie, bird. Am I imagining things, or Flatfoot and the judge? No, you're not imagining things. Apparently, he was a bit of a heartbreaker in his day. What's that? Oh, nothing important. I trust you have another witness, Mr. Hawk? I do. Then let's keep this moving. Bring in your third witness. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Travis Bright, lead singer and frontman of Tyrannosaurus Rex. I assumed that to be some sort of musical group. You don't get out much, do you, Tawny? I don't listen to crap. Damn. Talk about taking no prisoners. You got directions to the nearest burn ward? Now, Mr. Bright, I would have you refer to me as Your Honor. What's that? Yes, Your Honor. Still, can't argue with the results. If I may, Mr. Bright, your friend Merrill was arrested, so in your case, I understand. But why are you still wearing that ridiculous outfit? Oh, this? This is what I was wearing when at the scene. I thought it was customary to wear the same clothes for the hearing. Customary where? Cloud Cuckoo Land? Fine, with that established, can you explain how you came to be involved in this incident? Of course. Merrill, Jackie, and I have known each other since grade school. The Greenacre Halloween party has become a bit of a tradition. This is our 5th time attending. We dress as characters from our favorite video game from when we were kids, Dragon Fantasy V. I always thought Dragon Fantasy IV was the better one. They lost their charm when the series went 3D. I always preferred 7. Casuals, clearly 3 is superior. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Early in the evening, I met up with Jackie for a quick smoke before the party. Jackie smokes? Not that much. I guess you'd call us social smokers. Though she'll kill me for bringing that up. She doesn't like people to know. I tend to vape. Of course you do. So you met up with her before the party? Yep, good for her too, as she didn't have a light. She had to borrow my lighter. In fact, she hasn't given it back yet. It was a promo item from my band's last tour, as our logo stamped on the side. Best to make a note of that. Travis lighter. Mr. Bright, please just proceed to giving your formal statement to the court. Fine. This is the 5th time the 3 of us have attended the Greenacre Halloween party. Jackie, Merrill, and I have just been friends since grade school. So anyway, at midnight, Merrill had to move off to start clearing up the site. It's part of her job. I thought I'd go for another smoke with Jackie while we waited for her. But I couldn't find Jackie anywhere, and I lost track of Merrill too. In the end, I just left. I got home around 1 a.m. Okay. Very well. Mrs. Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. He seems quite cavalier about his relationship with Merrill and Jackie. That's probably where I should start. This is the 5th time 3 of us have attended the Greenacre Halloween party.
Hold it.
I should save. You like it that much? Sure do. I'm hoping Tyrannosaurus can headline the event next year. He likes the event, end of story. Hawk, there's been expedient and there's just being rude. Let me just save. Meryl and I have just been friends since grade school.
Objection!
This photo tells a different story, Mr. Bright. Fine. Jackie and I did it last year for a few weeks. It didn't work out. You never told me that. Why didn't you? Defendant, please restrain yourself. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Lately, Meryl and I had started to grow a bit closer. And Jackie was fine with this? I mean, she never said she had a problem. Just how dense is this guy? Anyway, when it got late, around 11 p.m., Meryl and I crept up for some alone time. I didn't see Jackie after that. I see. Your Honor, the defense requests that this information be added to his testimony. Very well. Witness, please add this to your statement. To be fine with it.
Objection!
You may not be aware of it, Mr. Bright, but Jackie hates Meryl. Seriously? Yes! Oh my. Whoa. Be that as as it may, Miss Aquila, for the discussion in this area good use of the court's time. The witness left the scene long before the event, and I am unsure if he can offer any more insight. I don't like it, but I can't see any other line of questioning. Not every witness is going to be helpful. Still, maybe give us more than we realize. I doubt it. I concur, Your Honor. We can move on. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Hawk? While that short diversion into the long lives of these three people was informative, none of that changed the facts of the case. Mr. Bright's testimony ends just after, so that still leaves Merrill Titfield near the building with fire lighting equipment and proposed motive for the crime. But I didn't start the fire. Please listen to me. I'll never do such an awful thing. Mrs. Titfield, please control yourself. You better think of something, Nina, and fast. But Hawk's right. Bright's statement was no help at all. Trusting your client's innocence. If Merrill's innocent, then Hawk's case is just a theory constructed to fit facts. The only way to beat him is to come up with a better theory. Think. Another theory. What do we really know? Mr. Bright was with Merrill, but she broke off to clean up just after midnight. Bright then went home about 20 minutes later. Then, in the next 3 hours, someone started a fire. Mr. Bright had gone home, but Merrill and Jackie were still at the camping grounds. Wait, could it be? Mrs. Aquila, does the defense have anything to add before I pass judgment? Yes, Your Honor. I think we've missed something very important here. Mr. Hawk? You claim my client is guilty because she was present at the scene. Yes. And then motive to start the fire? Yes. Wait, what's your point, Aquila? Perhaps you didn't look closely enough at your own witnesses. What? Oh. Order in the court. Mrs. Aquila, are you seriously suggesting that someone else could be responsible for the fire? I am, yes. I don't believe Merrill started the fire. I believe it was Jackie Marsden. Jackie Marsden? The witness? If I may, Your Honor, Jackie was present at the scene. Wait, Jackie's whereabouts between midnight and 3 a.m. are unknown. Wait, and it's obvious Jackie hates Merrill Titfield and wanted to sabotage her date with Travis. Wait! I won't stand by while you say such mean-spirited things. What sort of person do you think I am? Your Honor. Yes? I want to testify again. Objection. Judge Tawny, I must protest. You forget yourself, Mr. Hawk. The rules in this scenario are quite clear. The witness may testify if she wishes to do so. Yes, ma'am. Them's the rules, Chad. Witness statement. How dare you accuse me of wrongdoing? I waited at the entrance to the campgrounds for hours. Well, that was short. Statements made under emotional stress usually are. Very well, Mr. Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina, time to knock this one out of the park. Jack, we've been friends for years. Why are you doing this? Your Honor, Miss Titfield, please remain quiet during the cross-examination. Just hang on, Merrill. We'll straighten this out.
Hold it!
Jackie, there's something which has been bothering me about all this. Why were you there? What? The party was over at midnight, according to Travis.
Objection.
The witness is not on trial. There could be many reasons she could wait around. For 3 hours? That just means Merrill had plenty of time to set the building on fire. She's clearly guilty. She was running around the main building for ages before I caught her. Before you caught her? Drill down fair enough, you always hit pay dirt. And I think you just drilled into some real Jackie Marsden. Witness, are you suggesting you saw my client inside the building before the fire? You didn't. You wouldn't. So what if I did? You said you waited by the exit of the camping grounds for ages. Why then didn't you check if your friend was okay once the fire started? You did it just because you were jealous? You started a fire while I was inside. Don't be ridiculous. After all, you were the only one with fire lighting equipment. How would I have started a fire? She's right, unless... Wait, did she have a way to start a fire? Miss Aquila, I'm going to need you to present proof that Mrs. Marsden could have started a fire. Jackie, you did have a source of ignition with you. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You got it from Travis Bright earlier that evening. And you instructed him not to tell anyone about it. No, and judging from your reaction, I'm willing to bet that you still have it right now in this very room. You can't possibly, sorry, wrong, Mrs. Aquila. We'll see about that. Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. I will submit the paperwork later. Perform a stop and search on this woman immediately. Mr. Hawk, do it. Hey, stop. Case, Jesus Christ. Cease struggling, Mrs. Marsden, or I will hold you in contempt of court. Well, just a few items, Your Honor. A set of keys, a smartphone, and one lighter, which appears to bear some sort of design. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What's the design? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have my glasses with me. Mr. Hawk, don't just stand there. It's like a dinosaur. And a guitar. Tyrannosaurus Rex. But, oh my gosh, that scream. Mrs. Marsden? Is she okay? Oh wow, she actually fainted. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to enter a statement to the record in light of recent events. Go ahead. The prosecutor's office has taken Jackie Marsden into custody. We plan to charge her with arson, with intent to murder, or at the very least reckless endangerment. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. We will have to wait for that trial to truly close this matter. However, Mrs. Aquila's defense has made one thing quite clear. The prosecution's case against Meryl Tidefield does not stand up to scrutiny. Therefore, not guilty. It's gonna show. On the sole charge of arson, I pronounce the defendant
Not guilty.
Hey! Congratulations, myself. District Courthouse, Defendant Lobby C, November 5th, 11:14 a.m. Well done. How do you feel? I feel like I'm about to throw up. Good. What? That's just the adrenaline. You'll be fine in an hour. How can you be so upbeat? We came within an inch of losing. Meryl Titfield could have gone to jail over a false accusation. You don't know a secret, Nina? Something they don't tell you in law school? It's always like this. More often than not, a case will go right down to the wire. But you have just to keep pushing, keep up the pressure, and have faith in your client's innocence, even when no one else does. That's what you did today, and that's why I think you're going to be a great defense attorney. Thanks, Anya. You're really amazing. Yeah, I know. Now put in your best smile, and I think I hear Meryl just outside. Thank you so much. To tell the truth, I got real worried a few times during the trial, but you were incredible. You never lost your cool, even for a second. Like a swan, believe me. It's my job, Mrs. Tidefield. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, don't be so modest, Mrs. Aquila. You were a bona fide legal. She really is. Gotta admit, I kinda like the sound of that. Babe, you're here. Oh, Travis. We should probably give them a moment. Not on your life. I want to see how this goes. Meryl, babe, I'm so proud. Jesus Christ, I'm so happy you're okay. Let's go out to celebrate. I mean, my band has a gig later, but we can fit it around. Why didn't you tell me that you and Jackie dated last year? I mean, if she had a problem, I thought she would just out and say it. You should have at least mentioned it to her. Babe, and stop calling me that. Travis, I'm going for a celebratory drink with Nina and Anya. We are? Looks like it. Then what am I supposed to do? You can start by apologizing to Jackie. I screwed this up, huh? No, Travis, you didn't. Not really. Jackie did when she chose to set fire to that building. Still, you seem like a decent guy. Go talk to her. You'll feel better afterwards, I'm sure. Cool, I'm out. Laters. I'm sorry you two had to see that. It's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Awkward. So, drinks? Sounds like a plan. It's not even lunchtime. It's quitting time somewhere, right? Let's get some mimosas. Go sign yourself out, Meryl. We'll meet you out front. You did well today, Nina, even after the rocky start. So line up. A good attorney learns from their defeats. But a great attorney also makes time to celebrate their victories. Each case a fresh start with a new client and a new chance to help someone who needs it. And sometimes, maybe just a couple of times in your career, it's a chance to put right something that's gone wrong. Remember that, okay? I'll see you outside. The rest of the day, if I'm honest, is a bit of a blur. However, I did my best to burn Anya's advice into my memory. Part of me felt that it would be important someday. Jackie Marsden from the Clink. That's gonna cost you extra. But yeah, I can take care of her. What's your timetable? Yep, within 2 weeks. No problem. She won't have time to blab. Another one? Who? A defense attorney? Nope. Never mind why. That's my business. And plus, the papers say she's a bit of a rising star. Too rich for my blood. Too high profile. Anya Miller, her supervisor? Yeah, it could be arranged. I'm thinking poison. What's that? You want her alive? I see. Would be difficult, sure, but I like a challenge. Suzuku. That's Japanese. It means to be continued. Next time on Nina Aquila Legal Eagle. I was about to say that the screen was just gone black. I didn't do it. You need to stop running, Anya. I didn't shoot her. I didn't. I believe you. But half of the department's coming the dogs for you. You have to let me take you in. Drop the gun, Anya. Anya Miller, I'm placing you under arrest. I am not wearing this. Oh, come on, Nina. It's in your contract. Remember, the directive viewer segment at the end of each episode, case? I don't care. I'm not wearing a leotard. But it's like from... I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's a reference to. Great. Don't forget the ears and the tail. The what now? Hello. Welcome to Aquila Channel, a special viewer-facing segment where we talk to you, the player. I feel ridiculous. I'm a lawyer, not a croupier. Hush, Nina. In this segment, normally we talk about the legal ideas and pop culture references from each episode. Ooh, I get to talk about legal stuff. Okay, so, hold up, Nina. This episode, we have a much more important thing to talk about. If you say so, this was just the first case of Nina Aquila Legal Eagle, and it was really just a tutorial. If you're here, that means you've just played it. Nina's adventures are just starting. This was just the first step. Though we don't exactly have the best sets, and our props are all hand-me-downs. And I think there's a stain in this bunny girl outfit. Okay, enough about that. Now you can move on to Chapter 2, a bigger adventure with a variety of features, including exploring crime scenes, speaking to witnesses, mini-games, a seedy overworld, and me. Who is he? We'll talk later. So, if you like this first taste of Nina Aquila Legal Eagle, we like to call our fans nailers. We do not like that. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, tell your friends, and see you soon in Nina Aquila Legal Eagle Chapter 2, Broken Wings. Hey, Anya, hey, we still get paid, right? Because if I have to wear these ears again, shh, wait till we're clear. What kind of actor are you? Hey! You have unlocked Chapter 2, Broken Wings. You can also replay Chapter 1. Alright guys, so I'm gonna stop the first episode here, it just feels appropriate. I'm liking the game so far. Yeah, I don't know, the game just gives me a cool vibe. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.